Hello everyone, welcome to the video. My name is Cosolix, and today we're going to be talking about the 10 easiest legends to main in Brawlhalla. Let's get right into this. This list, by the way, is not in order. This is just a list of 10 of the easiest characters. One of these characters may be easier than the other, but I did not order this list. Right off with number 1, easiest legend, or one of the easiest, we got Taros. Okay, so this character is probably the easiest on this list. You just have 2 heavy weapons that have really big hitboxes, some really good stats, some insane signatures, and it's not just like the character's really good, it's the fact that they don't require a lot of attacks to do a lot of damage, so you don't even need to learn combos to get good with this character. I've coached a Taros player that has been diamond without knowing true combos before. Yeah, you can get any elo really easily with this character, so if you're looking to climb, maybe pick this one up, but yeah, just don't play it against me, please. Next on the list, we got Macho Man Olgrim. This character is very similar to Taros, some insane stats, very good weapons for damage buildup. I would say Lance takes more effort than Hammer at a lower level to learn the combos and whatnot, but it's still one of the easiest, by far the easiest characters in the game. It's just personal preference, which one's easier and which one's harder. But yeah, I cannot deny Olgrim is a very, very easy character, and there is a reason why I play Lance. When I was gold, it was really easy for me to pick up the weapon, and I didn't really struggle getting good at the weapon. It was just something I just was naturally good at. That's partially because the weapon is easy, so that's a big reason why there's a lot of Lance players, especially there's some Brawlhalla stats that show like which weapons have the highest win percentage, and I'm pretty sure Lance is really high just because of how much of a noob killer it is, really. Next character on the list also has an axe. We have Rayman. Rayman, just like the other 2, just really easy because you can do a lot of damage. I think Rayman is slightly harder because of gauntlets. However, the SIGs really just make up for it. These SIGs are some of the best SIGs in the game by far, and are really, really ridiculous. Not just good, ridiculous. And this character is by far just really easy. Take my word for it. There's a reason why a lot of top players play Rayman. Rayman is viable at all elo, every elo, and it's just a really good character. You get the best of both worlds. You get a quick weapon, and you get a weapon that requires that's really slow. Yeah, Rayman's on the list. Next on the list, we got my girl. We got Scarlet. Ew, what is this skin? Scarlet is the character I picked up and named. Oh my god, there's a spider right next to me. Oh my god. Anyways, Scarlet, there's a reason why I picked up Scarlet when I was gold. This character is really good and just easy to play. Hammer to kill, Lance to also kill because of some insane SIGs. The only thing that holds her back at a top level right now is just her stats. Brawlhalla is really speed oriented, and she doesn't have a lot of speed. You have to lower the attack to get speed, and that just makes it slightly less viable. She just feels slow. And that's why I don't play her right now. But I do play her as a counter pick sometimes. She is still really good. So yeah. Okay, next on the list, you guys probably weren't expecting this, but we actually have Core, another Hammer character. You're going to see a trend of just some heavy weapons with some of these characters. Quicker weapons tend to be more difficult. But yeah, Core has some very generic combos, especially on Hammer. You have like Delay End Sig. And the character is just really underrated and phenomenal. I don't understand why some pros don't play Core. Like Java would have a nasty Core. I don't understand why he doesn't play it. It's like Bodvar, but with gauntlets. Especially some of these signatures that remind me of Bodvar. But yeah, Core is really viable. It's just one of those characters. I don't know why people don't play him. We used to say the same thing about Rayman. I think it's just inevitable that Core will eventually be played at a top level, and is really easy to play too. You just have bread and butter combos, some good stats. Not much wrong with Core. Just really, really good. Speaking of really, really good, that's like a lot of characters on this list. Let's go on to the next one. This is our first Guitars legend. We actually have Ragnar. Ragnar is just his sig design is just really simple. You have D sig, which is like down, N sig, which is above, side sig, which is horizontal, and it's kind of the same thing. This one's D sig, which is like more horizontal, side sig, which kind of covers down, and then N sig, which is above. And it flows really nicely with this kit too. You have combos like this, so you don't need to struggle with killing as much. Just a really good sig kit. Guitars are really easy to win neutral with. Arguably the easiest weapon to win neutral with in the entire game, in my opinion, just because of its kit being so quick and having a lot of momentum. Especially Nair is one of the most broken moves in the game. But guitars do struggle with damage buildup and with killing. So, yeah, although they are an easy weapon to play, in my opinion, they aren't necessarily easy to succeed with unless you have a character designed around killing, which you do with Ragnar. Next on the list, we got Orion. You guys probably knew Orion was going to be here. Orion's just a very simple character to play. I actually think Spear is a very difficult weapon to play. At a silver level, it's incredibly easy. But at a top level, you need very specific movement for Spear. And it's just a very difficult weapon that requires just a very specific playstyle. But Lance is incredibly easy, and you have the best Lance sig kit in the game. This character's designed around mostly his Lance. If you're good at Spear, like Witty is, then you're going to find a secondary weapon is sometimes better than the main. Like, I would say, like, if you main Spear, then Lance is your secondary. Like, that is broken because his Lance is the best. You're having, like, the best secondary weapon, right? It's like, I don't know, it's like a Lance main. No, it's not like a Lance main. Meaning Vector doesn't have the best bow, but still a really good bow. But yeah, like, if I was a bow, I could play Vector, but it doesn't count. Whatever. Anyways, that was a bad analogy. My point is, Orion is easy to play. Great sig kit, really good stats, really well-rounded. Both weapons are pretty easy to pick up. And yeah, you don't have anything really wrong with this character. So definitely on this list. This is the first character on the list. That's at the beginning of the alphabet. We got Bodvar. Bodvar, like, all of these characters either have Lance, Hammer, or Axe. And Bodvar is no exception. I'm surprised there's not that many more sword characters. Like, Brawlhalla is probably an honorable mention for one of the easier characters. But Bodvar's sigs are just absolutely incredible. You also have Hammer that kills really efficiently. Sword also kills really efficiently. Some of the best stats in the game because of just how well-rounded they are. You don't really have much to worry about with Bodvar. Bread and butter combos, so you don't really need to worry about learning strings. Bodvar just has it all, and it's just really easy to pick up. So if you're looking to get into the game, you're trying to find a character to main, I think Bodvar is one of those characters that's kind of got it all, and it's kind of in the middle of everything. You won't struggle with killing. You can win neutral with swords. You have very even stats. You have really good signatures. What does Bodvar not have? Maybe some really long strings, but that's not really necessary when you kill your opponent quick and build up damage quick. So yeah, this character is great and is really easy. Okay, we got two more on this list, guys. Next up on this list, we have Thor, first Orb Bludgeon on the list. Orb is actually a really easy weapon to play, and it's also really fun because it has some bread and butter combos. Pair that with Hammer that has bread and butter combos, broken signatures, and Thor's N-Sig is like ridiculous. Thor is just a really easy character to play, really easy to pick up, not really much to worry about. Brawlhalla has a lot of characters that are pretty easy to play, which is really nice. But yeah, Thor is probably the easiest, in my opinion, the easiest Orb Legend to play, just because you have Hammer on the side, where you really don't need to learn Hammer to play it. All you gotta do is hit downlight side air, and you get kills, and that's its only job, to get kills. Yeah, it's great weapon combination, really easy sigs. The only sig I'd say is kind of weird is this down sig. But other than that, the end sig and side sig are great, and the Hammer sigs are easy and phenomenal. Okay, last on this list, we have Sentinel. Sentinel is a really easy character to play. I know this because my Sentinel is nasty and I don't play guitars. This character kind of has it all, similar to what Ragnar does. Builds up damage with guitars, and you can hit some nasty strings and win neutral really well. So when you're in that guitar meta, it's actually really nice. And then you have a secondary weapon that can kill. Obviously hammer, bread and butter combos. You've kind of been talking about this all video, but just really easy. And then you also pair it with some signatures that go really nicely with the kit. D sig for stack, side sig for horizontal, end sig for vertical. You have just those options, right? Hammer, you got side sig for horizontal, end sig for vertical, D sig for stacked, which you kind of cover with D-light, so the D sig is kind of less useful. But the side sig and end sig are ridiculous. And like the Qatar sigs, they flow really nicely with Qatar's kit. Like you can go like end light end sig. You can do like D light end sigs too. Side light side sig obviously, or like it doesn't flow perfectly, but the side sig is just really nice. It's good to have that horizontal force when you need it. And then also having a stacked D sig that also sometimes spikes is kind of ridiculous. Like this move spikes and kills ridiculously early. The whole kit is just phenomenal. Sentinel's a really easy character. If you guys agree or disagree with this list, let me know down below in the comments. I cannot speak English right now. It's a little bit late. Sorry for the lack of energy in this video. Hopefully I'm more excited for the next video. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you did enjoy, hit that like, subscribe, comment down below. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. I've been posting 5 days a week for the most part. Some days off, but not today. See you guys later.